Hi, I'm Kuya A, and this is Christian Learners. Kung saan tayo magbibigay ng mga interesting facts about being a Christian and learn to reflect this knowledge sa pang-araw-araw nating buhay. Ngayon pag-uusapan natin ang Book of Matthew. This is a walk with Matthew. Pag-uusapan natin ang mga sumusunod. Who is Matthew? Occupation, nationality, book written, book outline of Matthew, trivias, and conclusion. Firstly, sinong nagsulat ng Book of Matthew? You guess it, si Matthew. Sino ba si Matthew? Si Matthew o Mateo ay isang Hudyo. Noong panahon ni Jesus, isa siyang tax collector. Hanggang tawagin siya ni Jesus na maging disciple. He's one of the 12 disciples. Pinaliwanag sa Matthew chapter 9, verse 9 to 13, ang pagtawag ni Jesus kay Mateo bilang disipulo. Tinawag siya ni Jesus sa tax collector's booth, sinabing, "Follow me." Tapos sumunod siya. Occupation. Tax collector si Matthew, maniningil ng buwis. Kung nagtatanong ka kung anong masama sa maniningil ng buwis noon, kung bakit mababa ang tingin sa kanila ng mga Pharisees, may tatlong bagay kung bakit. Una, walang gustong magbayad ng tax, lalo sa mga panahong yon. Considered as oppressive regime ang Roman Empire. Pangalawa, mga Hudyo din ang mga maniningil na to, kaya considered as traitor sila para sa paglilingkod sa Roman Empire. Pangatlo, at ang pinakatotoong nakakagalit talaga ay yung way nila ng pagkuha ng pera kasi may patong. Ibig sabihin, halimbawa, 2 piso lang ang tax, pero sasabihin nilang 3 piso para sa kanila yun yung sobra. In short, with corruption yung paniningil ng tax. Book content. Mga Hudyo ang primary audience ng Book of Matthew. Kaya pinakita sa first chapter yung genealogy or yung lineage ng lahi ni Jesus Christ. The Book of Matthew shows that Jesus is the Messiah. Pwede nating i-summarize yung content ng Book of Matthew sa 3 parts. Prologue, 5 sets of narratives and teaching, and then the climax. But first, Matthew is the traditional author. He is a tax collector and one of the 12 disciples. Ang aim nito is i-present si Jesus as the fulfillment of the Old Testament. From chapter 1 verse 1, chapter 5 verse 17. It is to harmonize Jesus' teachings with Old Testament. Chapter 9 verse 17, chapter 13 verse 52. Also, to elevate Jesus' teachings, chapter 5 verse 20, chapter 28 verse 18 to 19. It shows that Jesus is King of Jews and Savior of the Gentiles. From chapter 2 verse 1 and 2 and chapter 28 verse 20. Sa first part ng outline ng Book of Matthew is the prologue, which shows that Jesus is the Messiah. He is the son of David, son of Abraham. He is God with us. He also shows Jesus is for the Gentiles too, for showing the Magi na dumalaw sa kanya at nagbigay ng mga gifts. And for the second part is the 5 sets of narratives and teachings. Nahati ito sa 5 sets, which is the first set is God endorses Jesus, and then Satan tempts Jesus, and people follow Jesus from chapter 3 to 4, and then on chapter 5 to 7, it is the Sermon on the Mount. The second set is the 3 miracles, and then discipleship, and then another 3 miracles, and then discipleship, and then another 3 miracles. On the chapter 10 is Jesus sends the 12. The third set is people confront Jesus, Jesus rebukes opposition, Jesus withdraws with the disciples. That's from chapter 11 to chapter 12. And then in chapter 13, verse 1 to 52, these are the parables about the kingdom. The fourth set talks about faith, Peter's revelation and blessings, and then faith. That's from chapter 13, verse 53 to chapter 17, verse 27. And then in chapter 18, it is about the greatness in the kingdom. And on the fifth set is the power that struggles within. Hypocrites confront Jesus. That's from chapter 19 to 23. And the judgment in the coming kingdom. That's chapter 24 to chapter 25. And then the third set is the climax from chapter 26 to chapter 28. A new covenant like Moses leads Passover, but Jesus is the sacrifice lamb. So instead, from the Passover, yung lamb, yung sinacrifice on times of Moses. Ngayon, ito yung binigay sa Matthew, which is, instead of a lamb, Jesus is the sacrifice lamb. Testifies that Matthew, the book of Matthew, aligns with the Old Testament. aligns with the tradition of the Passover. Jesus is the sacrifice at the hands of Jews in Rome, but rose again after 3 days. Then right then after, dito nasulat yung Great Commission to go and make disciples of the nations. And the promise that I am with you always. Now for trivias. Trivia number 1 is 5 women are included in Matthew's genealogy. Ordinarily, women were not included in the genealogies of the first century. So Matthew is unique in his identification of these women as significant mothers in Jesus' lineage. Meaning, hindi normal na magkaroon ng babae sa genealogy normally on the first century. But Matthew included all these women. These are the following women. First woman name is Tamar, who fathered Perez and Zerah by Judah. The next woman mentioned is Rahab, the wife of Salmon. She is also identified as a prostitute and a Gentile living in Jericho. Ruth, a widow and a Moabite, became the daughter-in-law of Rahab. Then Bathsheba, another woman mentioned in Jesus' genealogy, is only referred to as Uriah's wife, becomes King David's wife. Fifth and final woman listed in the Matthew's genealogy is Jesus' mother, which is Mary. Matthew is the only gospel that mentions the Magi at Jesus' birth. Included sa Matthew yung involvement ng mga Gentiles sa narrative ni Jesus. So now we know na yung content ng Matthew as a Jew, as a writer, and as a tax collector who writes exactly kung ano yung na-view niya, kung ano yung eksaktong gusto niyang ma-record. Yun yung nasulat niya. And as a Jew, ang layunin ng Book of Matthew is for the Jews to believe that Jesus is the long-awaited Messiah based on the Old Testament, based on the things that He fulfilled as the Messiah, as the one Savior that they are all waiting for that moment. As conclusion, it is questionable for the Pharisees why God uses Matthew to write about all these things. Nakikita siya bilang traitor ng mga tao, makasalanan. Katulad natin, maiisip natin na hindi na tayo magagamit ng Panginoon dahil sira na tayo. May kasalanan ako, kaya nakakahiya lumapit sa Panginoon. Mali tayo kung iniisip natin ang ganon. Tulad ng pagtawag ng Panginoon kay Matthew, tinatawag kanya ngayon at gagamitin lahat ng napagdaanan mo, ang career mo, ang natutunan mo sa nakaraan, para maging papuri sa pangalan niya sa panahong binigay niya sa atin. At katulad ni Matthew, bibigyan tayo ng task, malaki o maliit, but for the glory of God. Kahit na nakikita tayo ng mas mababa sa lipunan or mas mataas, tinatawag tayo ng Panginoon to do great things, to write the story, to become the ambassadors of Christ, to give the story to the people, to show them His love. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Thank you, and until next time to our next lesson for Christian learners. Bye!